What do you think has been key to the growth you guys have made on defense this year? I know that was an area that you guys wanted to improve last year. Where do you think that kind of resurgence started? At off season or beginning of this season?
Honestly, man, it took a big jump. I would say in the past 2 weeks, just our nastiness. I would say after the loss against Santa Clara, we started really trying to buckle down on, the mishaps that we have on the defensive end, like the small things. We shouldn't just be giving up easy buckets. Like, there's little mishaps where we give up easy ones where there's no contest at all. So I feel like when we buckle down on those mishaps and start, being more nasty on the defensive end, I think that's where we start looking real good, like a ball club, for sure.
What about for you personally? I think you had a couple blocks, a couple steals maybe in that last game. Where have you made growth individually as a defender?
Honestly, man, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I've been blocking shots, man. That's kind of my specialty. I like I'm real lanky and arm length, I would say. So I kind of catch players off balance when they see me contest the way I do. So honestly, man, I try not to foul. Sometimes I do get caught with some fouls trying to contest or block a shot, but that's I would say just buckling down on defense. That's kind of been my strong suit for a long time. Not even just when I got to college, but I feel like I've been trying to take pride in defense for sure.
What makes you relish the challenge of being like the perimeter defender for you guys and taking on the team's best guards and stuff like that? How much do you relish that?
It's not that I want to do it. I feel like it's because the team needs it. We all have our tendencies of sitting down on defense, but I feel like what I bring for the team and my intensity that I bring on defense, I feel like it's much needed and it goes a long way for the squad. Just to see that I'm sitting down, now a vet, which is weird to say, but when they see a vet, like younger guys, Dusty and them, it just gives them a spark, just to try and go harder on defense. So that's what I try to bring.
Speaking of being a vet, coaches tweaked the starting lineup a little bit. Just wondering what you've seen from Dusty, kind of embracing that challenge, and he had a pretty good game against San Diego coming off the bench.
Yeah, he had a damn good. I'm sorry, he had a real good game. Man. I'm real proud of Dusty, man. He's been overcoming a lot of challenges, with him being rushed and just being thrown into the fire. And he knows what was best for the team, especially with Benny, coming starting now. So he knew what was needed to be done. There was no back talk or no, of course people will want to start, but if it benefits the team and that's what his energy was at, if it benefits the team, that's how he was going by it. So I applaud him for that. A lot of other players wouldn't be able to do that. So salute to my bro for sure.
Gonna feel good to be home Thursday, not getting booed by the opposing crowds.
Nah, facts. Yeah, for sure. Those road games are much needed too, just to show that we fight through adversity and everything. But it's always gonna feel good to be back in the kennel for sure.
How do you describe the difference, no students to students back when you're home?
Honestly, man, it's not too bad without students. I'm not gonna lie. We've actually had a real good crowd without students. They get rowdy the same way some of the students do, but of course, I'm not gonna put that past the students. The students got it, and the student section and the kennel, they always will have my heart. But I feel like everybody as a whole, I wouldn't just want to put them in categories. I feel like the fan base, they bring it all. They bring it every single game. So all love for them.
What do you see out of San Francisco's guards?
They're real tough, real. I feel like they're real, bulky oriented. They're scoring heavy. But I feel like the real challenge is going to be with that big fella who's averaging, I think 20. I'm sorry, I don't know his name.
Mogbo.
Yeah. But I feel like that's going to be where we need to really focus in at. And and honestly do a good job, containing him. That makes sense. Yeah.
And the 3-ball, they shoot the 3 of
Yeah, they
bunch.
shoot that 3-ball very well, and they cut. They're real good cutting team. So, and we have a bad tendency of getting cut. So this would be a challenge. This would be a challenge for us, and yeah, we're ready.
You saw a lot of Bren Huff last year on the scout team when he was redshirting. What's the most impressive thing you saw him do during his redshirt season?
It's kind of weird because B Huff, he's been doing this. That's what I'm saying. Like in practice, like you said, redshirt last year. He's been showing growth. He's been knocking down the 3-ball in practice. He's been putting up numbers against anybody on the squad. So I just feel like it's so dope to see him come to light and to get the recognition he deserves, to get the minutes he deserves. It's real dope to see. He helps that type of player to always be in the right spot at the right time. I feel like, and it's just a gift. So.
Is there anything different or unique about a week like this where you have one home game and then one road game versus like out on the road for 2 games or home for 2 games?
Honestly, I don't think it's no different. I just think, it's always fun to be back at home. That's all I think, honestly, just coming back. Road games are always fun too, just because of the, the atmosphere and the crowds and all that. But yeah, I don't really see no different for sure.
You know a lot about point guard play. You've probably played it all your life. What do you make of the stretch that Andrew's put together with assists, first turnovers, scoring, all those things?
You said who?
Andrew. Ryan.
Right. Yeah. I was just making sure. I knew you was talking about that. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. What was the question again?
Just you've done point guard play all your life. What do you make of this stretch?
Oh yeah,
he's been on here.
Yeah, he's been on a tangent, man. He's been causing a mayhem in the WCC conference for sure, man. And it's just been what we've been working on all our off season. Me and him, we've been really trying to work, grind and everything. So it's just coming to light. I feel like all the work is just coming to light. The way he's distributing the ball is at its highest right now. And that's just something we're going to need moving forward, especially trying to make this run for the March Madness and stuff. So
I've heard a lot about Graham's kind of dedication behind the scenes. I've talked to a few people about the film work he does individually. He's really good with his body, does a lot of extra stuff. Have you seen any examples of that? I know it's only been a couple months with him so far, but have you kind of seen that same thing from him?
Graham's real in tune with himself. He prepares like a pro would, so yeah, man, I've seen a lot of things he's done over the time where I've just been like, he's got his stuff in order, so just simple stuff like, sometimes we catch him well before practice, getting his footwork together or making sure his jump hook's right or even, stretching, making sure everything's loose before a game. And a lot of people, they take that for granted and just go out there and just, hoop or, don't prepare. But Graham definitely, he's a prepared type.
I was going to ask you, you grew up in Seattle, so you're probably fully aware, even before you got here, what Gonzaga's done, the streaks, the NCAA tournaments, and winning the conference and that. This is a year where you guys, everybody is projecting right now at least that you're bubble, maybe off the bubble even.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys deal with that? Is there innate pressure coming here knowing what Gonzaga's done, and how do you deal with maybe the outside noise that comes along with all those streaks?
Well, it's for sure pressure. I don't really like steering away from the fact that, pressure is not a thing or anything like that. I definitely feel like there's some type of pressure, and I feel like that's also needed in any sport, just so you can have that urge or that want, that fire, just to win, more than what you usually feel like, in any other game. But I feel like, it's they usually see us around, the number 1 spot, and it's kind of the norm. But now, we're not really that, and I'm glad to have it early than late, So now we have that fire now, than what we usually gotta figure out and get the fire going later on, when the teams are Arkansas of the world, or you know, Alabama's of the world. So I just think it's, you know, it's a beautiful, it's a gift and a curse, you know, and I think my guys are going to be ready regardless of, you know, what the rankings say. So be ready.
What's social media like these days?
Oh, I'm off of that. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been off of that. Yeah, I've been off of all socials. If it's posting about a win, or, you know, I was just back on it for Coach's 700 win. So, you know, if it's not either posting about a win or, you know, talking about the squad, I don't really be on it too much.
Do you think a lot of the guys have adopted that same thing, or is it more just you?
I wouldn't say most of the guys, or at least if they did, we don't really talk about it as much. But me, I just feel like it's. I wouldn't say it's needed for me, but it's just. If it wasn't, for my profession, I don't think I would even have social. So it's just better for me. Clears my head.
Have you done that before? Kind of gone dark for a stretch of time, and have you seen it help you?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Time for one more for Nolan.